Happy Sunday, peeps. I'm going to try something a little different. Can't take credit for finding this on my own. I saw it on the Joe Rogan show. He and one of his guests were talking about it. But chances are there's a lot of people out there that don't watch his podcast and maybe would not happen across this. But what it is Paul Harvey from 1965 entitled "If I Were the Devil." So I'll kind of play through this and pause it a couple times, give you guys a little bit of commentary on it, but not super long, but just kind of listen to it, and oh man, it gives me chills, just the stuff that he nailed 60 years ago.
If I were the devil, if I were the devil, if I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have 1/3 of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I...
Roll back to that. So I would have 1/3 of its real estate, right? So those of you out there looking for a place right now, you feel that, right? And the price, whether you're looking to rent an apartment, because all these real estate investors basically have a corner on the market and control the pricing, or whether it's the price point of the house that you're looking at and the 40-year mortgage they're trying to sign you up for to be able to afford it.
Its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States.
Why is that important, right? Because we are Western culture. We are the pillar of freedom, free speech, the stuff that we take for granted as Americans that we, have every day, and a lot of places out there in the world, look up to us for it. But what are we doing with it?
I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills.
Yeah, right. Alcohol to numb, and prescription antidepressants to handle the rest of them that don't want to do the alcohol.
If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames.
What does he mean by that, right? With promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames, right? That's what we're dealing with right now. Our media, it's no longer about reporting the truth. It's about reporting their truth, increasing the divide, fanning the flames of anger and hate.
Fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door.
Did you catch that? Let the emotions run wild, right? Don't worry about keeping the kids' emotions under control until you have metal detectors at every schoolhouse door, which my 2 kids that are in high school have that at their high school. They've got metal detectors that were installed last year.
You have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious.
Killed the incentive of the ambitious. So make it to where the hard workers, the people that want to strive to do more, no longer have the incentive of being ambitious.
And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich.
He was off on this one, right? Whole states. Well, it's the whole country. I don't think there's a person out there that doesn't know somebody that's using one of the phone apps to gamble, whether it's a coworker, friend, family member that's constantly betting.
I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct.
This is a big one. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. Right, so this is the big one that's going on right now, is our morality. Our morality is being challenged. The patriotism, wanting to stick to the Constitution, what our founding fathers believed in, and then the hard work part of it.
I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be.
That's another scary one. That's the truth, right? Divorce rates, all-time highs. These kids, see those problems. They see what's on TV, and they think it's the way. It's just crazy.
And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing.
Yeah, that's the end of it. I just keep on doing what he's doing. Right? So please, again, chills. This guy was talking truth 60 years ago. Pretty spot on a lot of it. But they're trying to divide us. So we've got to just keep picking each other up, keep supporting your neighbor, keep supporting your friends, family members. Make sure that we try to keep the devil out, keep the evil out. Promote the good things in life, because there are good things. We have a lot of good things in life, and quit letting them divide us and fanning the flames of hate and rage. We got to just avoid all of that. There's no place in our lives for hate and rage. It's too much energy that we could be using to be positive and be good influences on people versus negative. Have a good rest of your Sunday. Take it easy, y'all.